Welcome back to China Price Watch. We're talking about the financial hit many Chinese take during the much adored and much feared Chinese New Year, called Spring Festival in China. Spending on hongbao, the little red envelope stuffed with cash and given out as gifts, has long been a major expense for Chinese adults. But this year, it's been getting extra attention in the Chinese press. Things got kicked off when one netizen wrote a soon-to-be viral Weibo post about his total spending on Spring Festival activities. As relayed by the Economic Daily, the man claimed that his spending on this year's Spring Festival would take up his entire year's worth of savings, $1,440. That expense was divided between a $640 hongbao for his parents, $160 hongbaos for his niece and nephew, another $160 hongbao for a high school classmate's marriage, and a further $320 for gifts for relatives. It may be just one anecdote, but the Woe Is Me Weibo post struck a chord with thousands of readers who were in a similar boat. The Shanghai Morning Post carried out an online survey with 110,000 respondents divulging their annual expenditures on hongbao. Of the respondents, slightly over half found themselves spending $800 or less on the gifts. To put that in context, $800 is significantly above the average monthly wage nationwide and on par with average monthly wages in the most prosperous cities like Beijing and Shanghai. In the survey, another 26% report putting out between $800 and $1,600 on Spring Festival expenses, and 14% spent over $3,200. Asked to compare their expenditures to monthly wages, 40% of respondents said they spend the equivalent of 3 months' salary on the occasion. Those could be crippling handovers of cash for people struggling economically, but there is some relief in the form of year-end bonuses from employers. In a survey carried out by the Tianfu Morning Post, 60% of respondents reported taking home between $480 and $800. Another 26% took in $800 to $1,600, and just over 10% said they'd make more than $1,600 in bonuses this year. Asked what they do with the bonus, over 70% of respondents reported spending it all on New Year's expenditures, with another month or two worth of salary to top it off. Hongbaos for children, newlyweds, and the elderly make up a significant chunk of this New Year's spending. But there's more to the Spring Festival spending spree than simple cash transfers. Young Chinese who have left the village to go and work in major cities are also under pressure to bring with them the trappings of success. Whether or not they can actually afford it, many young people will shop for the clothes and watches that give them the appearance of upwardly mobile city dwellers. Those accoutrements not only give the family face, but they also help the returner fend off parental pressure to move back to their hometown. In the end, much of the fiscal burden during the festival derives from issues of mianzi, social face that can be gained or lost with each visit. There are issues of face involving the entire family, such as whose adult children live the most successful lives away from home. There are also simple and straightforward faced issues between two friends or family members. If we both have children, how to make sure I don't lose face by giving a skimpier red envelope to your child than you give to mine. Taken together, the social and financial pressures thrust on the backs of young people can throw a real damper on the holiday mood. The China Youth Daily conducted a survey of nearly 2,000 young white-collar workers, finding that 40% of them feared returning home because of the financial cost. Add on top of that the heated discussions of marriage prospects, and you have some older generations wearing out their welcome with the stress-strained youth. Unfortunately, modern traditions of gift-giving and face-saving are quietly eating into the joy derived from one of China's greatest ancient traditions, a once-a-year celebration of what matters most, family. Don't go away, because up next we'll ask people on the streets of Beijing about their Spring Festival gift-giving routines and red envelope burdens. Stay tuned for their responses.